Integration in society is something that can be very hard if you have some differences.
Today we had the chance to meet families that are all different one from another.
We're going to show you how hard it can be for some people to integrate society.
Is there anything better in life than having a child, hoping to see him grow, walk, and hear him say, "I love you mom" or "I love you dad," having hope and dreams for your baby, expecting him to have a nice life, his diploma, a good job, and eventually having some children. But sometimes life reserves us some surprises. When you're a parent, everything that happens to your child is the end of the world. Imagine learning that your child has leukodystrophy. It is a very rare degenerative disease that affects the brain, the lungs, the kidneys, the bones, and that brings many other health disorders. Knowing that your child will eventually die is the worst thing you can know. Having a second child and learning that is sick too would be devastating for most of the parents. But Karen and Jerome decided to continue believing in life. Every sick child needs special care. For this reason, it is more complicated to go outside with them for a journey or even just for a moment. When you're not able to eat normally anymore, you must have a gastrostomy to continue having nutriment. A gastrostomy is a medical surgery that is used to feed and to drain. It is a tube that is inserted in the abdomen and that goes into the stomach. Feeding someone with this procedure can be very hard to watch for some people. Some will even find this very disgusting. Sammy needs to be fed every 30 minutes. For this reason, we can't really go out for a long period of time. Also, because he is not able to walk, he always needs to be in a wheelchair or in a strollers. Not all places are made to welcome persons in wheelchair, so it is more complicated to bring him in all places we would want to. Everything needs to be adapted for him. For example, his bedroom is adapted for a special condition. He has an hospital bed. There's also a machine that helps us moving the child when he grows up. The bathroom is also adapted for him. All sick children have different needs. Sammy often needs oxygen to help him breathe when he does an epileptic crisis or a panic attack. When he does this, we need to put him under oxygen to calm him down and to help him breathe. If we go out and he does an epileptic crisis or a panic attack and we don't have oxygen, there will be big consequences on him. The opinion of other persons is also another thing that parents with sick children need to deal with and that are often scared of. Seeing another person looking at your baby with a strange look makes a parent so angry. Sammy looks quite normal for the moment, but when he will grow up, his differences will be more visible. When parents with normal child go out, it is often really easy to find a babysitter for the kids. But when you have a sick children, it is more complicated to have a babysitter. The person needs to be formed to take care of your child. For example, Sammy only has 2 babysitters. Karen says that when she go out, you never know when you will come back if your child will still be alive. Not knowing the future is very scary. For this reason, the parents often isolate themselves more. With all her experiences, Karen St-Cyr has only one goal in life. Even if life is harder having 2 sick children, you can always make something positive with it. Creating a foundation that has for a goal to collect money for sick children and for research to find what genes cause the disease is the best thing you can do to prove how strong you are. The creation of the foundation Les Amis d'Eliott is the best way to pass a message to all the population and to integrate sick children.
You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walk a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle. For you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything.
While some parents are confronted to the pain of seeing their child sick, some others are confronted to a life of uncertainty and challenges. Raise a child who suffers from a certain mental handicap is not an easy thing to do. It requires way more patience and understanding. Overall, those children can't adapt themselves to the normal world. Their environment and those close to them are the ones who have to do it. To show how the adaptation of a mental handicapped child is difficult, we are going to see Jade Luneau's case, young girl who suffered from a major retardedness and epilepsy. Jade Luneau is a kind and loving person. Unfortunately, she is like a 3-year-old little girl trapped in the body of a 10-year-old child. The reason? She suffers from epilepsy and a major backwardness. It goes without saying that her disease is keeping her from having any normal life. She do not own any judgment when it comes to good or bad, what she can and she can't do, and even what is dangerous or what is not. Only in the past 2 years, she almost drowned by falling in the basin in her backyard. Lucky her mother was there to grab her the 2 times before it was too late. Her unconsciousness regarding danger is not the only problem she got. She can't communicate efficiently or express herself like she would want it to. Her comprehension of what is told to her or what is asked to her is really slow and difficult. With the years, many dispositions had to be made in the house to assure the security of the little girl, such as an inaccessible bolt in the front door or locked doors everywhere in the house. Her parents even had to endorse her bed to the wall because of her constant insomnia due to the seizure. Unfortunately, though sleepiness brings incapacity to go to school 1 time out of 4, and even when she goes to school, some days are so bad that she had to go back home because she was too tired, or in rare cases, because she does really big seizures. Obviously, her mother cannot even consider having a standard and regular job because of a life with Jade is too unpredictable to do so.
How is your life limited by Jade's illness? Jade needs a lot of supervision because she don't have any judgment, so she's kind of dangerous for herself. She can do anything. She change her mind every minute, so she can take the streets and go away, and she cannot find her way back home. So I have to check on her every minute of the day. So it is a lot of work because you cannot start something, you cannot put your eyes on anything else but her because you don't know what she'll do and she don't know what she'll do anyway. So it's a lot of work to take care of Jade.
In the public sphere, Jade is always accompanied by a member of her family, except for the time when she's at school, but even there, her difficulty to communicate make her a lonely kid who's more inclined to adults. However, with the years, she got some friends, and they got kids in her class. Even if she's happy to have some friends at school, her best friends are still the animal present in her house with whom she shares a great relationship. The family situation is not always easy with Jade, but they learned how to live with such a difficult reality and how to accept it. Unfortunately, too much people still have prejudices or don't understand those kind of situations when it comes to Jade or even to any other mental handicapped person.
When you go to stores with Jade, how do people react to her behavior?
Physically, Jade, she's normal. Her face, like many children that are sick, you can see it on their face. But Jade, you cannot see anything. She really seems normal, but she don't act normal. So the people, like, I always have to say, Jade, don't touch this. Jade, don't do this. Jade, just stay here. I always have to remind her and to check on her. So the people look at us just like if I was a weird kind of mom, or if Jade was a children that she's like super hyperactive. So the people that look at us a weird way because she don't seem sick, but she is. So she act like children that doesn't listen to anything. So the people judge. I can see on the look of the people that they judge very much, but I passed through it during the years, but it's very hard to shop, to go in stores with Jade because you always have to take care of her, so you cannot do your stuff.
This reality that is Jade's is hard, but not just on her, on everybody who learns to know her and to love her, but the only future they expect is one with an eternal young child, and for Jade, a future without a clue of what she'll become.
Immigrants also have a lot of problems when it comes to integration in a new society. As most people already know, thousands of immigrants arrive to Quebec every year. $55,036 immigrants in 2012 to be exact, which represents an augmentation of 6.4 in comparison to 2011. Despite the help of all the organizations that are in place to make their adaptation smoother, like francisation, the financial help from the government, classes about Quebec society, and many others, arriving in a new country can be very difficult. Immigrants from everywhere around the world came to live in the city of Victoriaville. The newcomers normally first arrived to the main cities of the province, notably Quebec and Montreal, and their metropolitan zones. Later on, some of them go to smaller and more serene cities like Victoriaville, Trois-Rivières, and Sherbrooke, because the immigrants are notably families and these cities are more fit to raise children. The problem is that in these smaller cities, the organizations are not as developed as they should be, but it is also true that those families are already made a good adaptation. Some big examples when it comes to adaptation are the food, the language, the weather, even the religion can be a big problem. But between those issues, more subtle difficulties can take place. Racism and stereotypes are still very recurrent even in the 21st century. In fact, not that extreme racism that is displayed in the movies, for instance, instead, a more subtle and delicate, but still as harmful, because people are making or have big misconceptions about an ethnic group because of the behavior of only one member. On another note, integration can be very hard for the children. Because of the behavior they were used to in the respective countries, arriving at a new school, in a new culture, and with new people can affect the development of some children and their cognitive skills. Despite all the integration problems that can be related with immigration, a disease or a handicap, a lot of people go over those problems and make a good and nice integration in society without any help of any organizations. The best part for the immigrant children, especially between 5 and 13 years old that have already mastered the native language, is that they are going to be bilingual very easy and very fast. In fact, it was scientifically proved that before 14 years it is the best part of someone's life to learn a second language. And after a second language is learned, the next languages are not as hard to learn because the boundaries and restrictions of the brain are broken. At the same time, other studies have shown that bilingualism helps a lot the brain's health and makes people smarter. Bilingualism makes people's brain grow and stay young. Also, it is very important in the capitalist and multi-ethnic society we are living in.
Even if all the people we saw today were different, they all have difficulties integrating our society.
For some others, it will be more difficult to go over the differences.
Those people all try to integrate the society, but would it be easier for them if all of us would help?